And welcome to Cross My Stitches. My name is Jackie and today is July 21st, 2022. Thank you so much for stopping by and visiting with me today while I do a regular cross-stitch Flosstube update. If you have not seen my channel before, I discuss cross-stitch mostly. There are a few little hobbies in there in between. Sometimes it's card making, sometimes it's some kind of DIY. Could be wool applique, could be punch needle, but mostly just cross stitch. And I have quite a bit to show you. I haven't had a regular Flosstube update in the last 3 months, so I don't know. I had a little crisis that I had to get over, let's say it that way. Just a little too much stress and anxiety, and just thinking about shooting a video sometimes will cause me to have stress and anxiety, and I just can't get my shit together. Sorry. And so I kind of keep putting it off until a month goes by, and another month goes by, another month goes by, and finally I said, okay, enough's enough. I need to get my stuff together and get busy and shoot a Flosstube, because I know some people enjoy watching my channel, and I enjoy doing it. I mostly do this not only to share my love of cross stitch, but also to make new friends and share this love of this craft, as well as a vlog for myself so I can see what I was doing at certain times, and for my family members. So it's someday that I'm not here any longer and they want to see my face and hear my voice, they can always come to my channel and see it. So I do have a lot to show. I have several finishes since the last time you saw me, and we're going to go into that first, and I'm going to kind of do this in segments because it's going to make it at least a little easier for me to handle, because my desk is a mess, so I can't get it all on here and share it all at once. So we're going to do it in segments, but for you it's just going to be a blink of an eye. So the first thing is to share my fully finishes. So I have several to show you, and the first one is Hive Rules from Primrose Cottage Stitches. So last time I showed this, I said I was going to do it as little pillows. I was going to do each little saying onto a pillow, and I do have finishes and almost fully finishes. They're fully finishes right now, but I'm probably going to add some trim to them. I just haven't done it. I haven't felt like doing it, but they are fully finished pillows. So let's get started. So we're just going to go from the top down. So the first one is Hive Rules, and this is my pillow finish. And I have a couple of pins stuck in the top. There's a beehive fabric there, and when you flip it over, there's the back of the pillow. And again, I'm probably going to add trim to these. I just haven't done it, but love these. So there's the first one. My second one is going to be, I got to look at the little picture, Be Sweet Like Honey. And that's there. And again, I used the hive fabric for the back, and we got a couple of pins in it. Again, this is all the called for colors of DMC floss, and I used a 30, sorry, I'm still not getting used to where to look for in this camera. Even though I put a little arrow right in the spot that I need to look, I'm still not looking there. This is 36 count Wintry Moon fabric. I'm kind of looking at myself, talking to myself, but that makes me look like I'm looking away, so I'm trying not to do that. The third one is Mind Your Own Beeswax. It would have helped if I would have flipped it so the camera was on the side I'm on, but anyway. This is also the third one in the series. I've got a little ladybug up at the top, the back fabric like the other one with the bee scalp. So these come out really adorable. So that's 3. The fourth one I have stitched, but I have not fully finished, and this one is Always Be Humble and Kind. So there it is. So just love these, and I love this fabric. It's just a warm, buttery fabric, 36 count Winter Moon, so it's really nice to work on. So that's the first set that I finished. The next one, I can't find my chart. It's somewhere in this room, but I have no idea where. And it is Easter Parade by Blackbird Designs. I was doing the basket, and before I showed you how I finished the basket, it is done on a 36 count fabric that I think I overdyed myself, and I put it in a frame, and I'm not overly thrilled with it, but I'm going to show it anyway. So there it is. I think I need a mat inside of it. And I think I need to change the color of the frame. I think the frame blends in too much with this right here. And I think that's part of my problem, that I feel like everything kind of gets washed out. So I definitely need to put a mat inside of it. I'm going to figure out how to do that. And then I'm going to paint the frame. And I'm thinking of one of the colors that's in here. Maybe the brown. Maybe I should paint it a brown. What do you think? There's a lot of colors in there. There's like a mossy green and a brown, and then it's got all the pinks and yellows. What do you think? What do you think I should paint the frame? Or do you think it looks okay like that? Give me your opinions. Do I need to add a matte? Something to make it pop. So I'm not overly thrilled with it, but it's in there for the time being. And so that's the way it's going to stay until I figure out how to handle that. My last fully finished object is from the Drawn Thread. I'm going to try to show this without getting too much glare. This is Summer Welcome. I think last time I showed this, I said I was going to start it. Let's see, can I get it? There we go. I was going to start this piece, and it is done and framed, and it's been hanging on my wall since the start of summer. And here it is. And this does have glass on it, so I'm going to have to see if I can tilt away. There we go. I'm going to stand up so I can do this. I tilt it away so you guys can see without the window. Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. This frame was gold. I painted it it's like a soft white, I think. So, and I did do my own color conversion on Welcome. Some of it is silk, some of it is fancy floss. I don't think there's any DMC in there. It has some specialty stitches, and I'm really thrilled with this. This frame, I swap it out for each one. So I'm doing each season in the Drawn Thread series. There's a large series of the Drawn Thread Welcomes. They're all the exact same size. So it's easy to swap out the inside, the stitched part each season, and then I switch out the mats. So I get a mat cut for each season, and I flip them all out, and they look absolutely fabulous hanging on the wall by my front door. Now I'm going to flip this frame around because I want to show you guys what I did in order to be able to flip it out easily. I did not cover the back at all, but as you can see, I put these little, that one came, hold on, let me fix that. That shouldn't be. I gotta tighten some of these. I put these little tabs all around the frame to hold it in. So when I'm ready to flip it out again, I don't have brads or I don't have staples holding it, and it's easy to flip them in and out. So that's what the back of my frame looks like. Not pretty, but it works. And I also always use the Command Velcros to hang on my wall. I don't have to put any holes in my walls. These work great. They come off the wall great without peeling the paint if you pull them at the right angle, and it makes it a lot easier to swap things out on my walls. So there it is again. So I'm very proud of that. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And that's my last fully finished. I do have one finish. Let me lay this down. And I do not have the chart because the chart was loaned to me from a wonderful stitcher who let me borrow it so I could stitch it. It is a Blackbird Designs, and it's called Autumn Bouquet. So this is my Autumn Bouquet fully finished. Again, I'm just going to stand up because it's going to make it easier. So there it is. Isn't that beautiful? This is an out-of-print chart, and I did it in my own color conversion. I didn't have, it was hard to find the floss that I wanted to do this with. One of the ones was Cider Mill Brown, which is supposed to be that red, that burgundy red. And when I ordered, finally was able to find the Cider Mill, not Cider Mill Brown, that's the brown. I was looking for mulberry, I'm sorry. It was mulberry, it was gas mulberry. It turned out to be more brown than it did red, and I really didn't want to use it. So I ended up using a Gloriana silk called Cranberry. And that red is just gorgeous. And I love this. I want to get this framed. I think I have a frame that this will fit in. So I'll be checking that out and trying to get this completed before autumn, the 1st of autumn. So just a beautiful piece, and I appreciate that stitcher for loaning that to me. And it is gorgeous, gonna look great on my wall. So that's what I've been working on as far as getting things finished. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely love them all. I love this hobby. I am so content just to sit and stitch my day away or stitch my evening away and make beautiful pictures. As you can see, this is my fall. I have a Christmas here, I have fall all up in here. They'll hang in my craft room until it's time for that season, and then I will move them out into the living room, and anything that's spring or summer related will come into here and go on my wall, so I never have to put them away or not look at them. I love looking at them. I certainly don't have as much as Kim, the Contented Stitcher. She has all her walls covered in stitches, and it's just beautiful. Lots of samplers and stuff. I would love to have that. I just don't have the time to stitch that much. I'm still in the full-time working class, so I do what I can with my stitching. And a lot of times I do seasonal things because I really want my house to show the seasons. I just love the different seasons. I came out of Florida. I lived there most of my life, where you didn't have seasons. You had, you know, spring, summer, summer, summer. Spring, summer, summer, summer. There was no fall, there was no winter. You got like maybe a couple days of a cold snap, and that was it. Always so hot and humid. So when I moved here to Kentucky and I have a change of seasons, it's so exciting to me that that's what I want to stitch. I want to stitch all the seasonal things. I want my walls to represent the beautiful seasons. I love the fall. It is a gorgeous time around here with the changing of the leaves. Just make me so happy to drive and see the leaves changing, those oranges, yellows, reds, and falling off. And then winter, being here for the winter time and having snow on the ground, it is just the most peaceful thing. I have a big picture window in my living room, and it's just awe-inspiring for me to sit in front of that window and watch the snow fall, and just to sit and relax with a cup of coffee, do a little stitching. I absolutely love the changing of the season, so I'm so glad that I'm able to experience that before I leave this earth. So that's what the stuff that I have fully finished since the last time that I saw you, and now I'm going to change it up, and I'm going to show you the whips. I'm going to show you, if you watch the whip parade, I have made some progress on some of the things I was working on, so I'm going to share that with you, along with a new start whip that I am working on. So hold on just a minute and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so before I talk about my current whips, I wanted to talk about slubs in your linen fabric. So when I was showing this particular pattern, this Winter Moon fabric did come with quite a few slub zones. So it's this little, as you're looking at your linen, it's those little balls of threads that get thicker and thinner as you're stitching, and sometimes they can be very annoying. So I shot a quick video on how to remove some of the slubs from your fabric. I'm going to preface this by saying test it first and learn what you're doing before you do it. Okay, so if you have fabric that has a lot of slubs, go in the top, find the corners or somewhere where your stitching isn't going to be, and practice removing them before you do it in your stitching area. Okay, it is quite easy. I explained how to do it, but it's good to always practice on things because you don't want to pull the wrong thread and cause a hole in your fabric. So practice on a small piece of linen that you have that has slubs on it, or on the edges, you know, your allowance, your seam allowance, your stitching allowance, to make sure that you know what you're doing while you're doing it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to post that video here on how to remove slubs from your fabric, and it's really quite easy. Practice and you'll find that it is rewarding and worthwhile to get those bumps out so that your stitching lays flatter, or if it's an open area of your stitching, that you don't have this bulky thing sitting in the middle of your design. So I'm going to post that here. Okay, today I'm going to show you how to remove slubs from your fabric. It is quite easy to do. As you can see on this piece right here, it comes along quite thin, and then you have this ball here, and then it goes out back thin again. So this would be quite easy to pick out if you wanted to remove it because it bothers you, it's going to show, or your stitches are going to look larger in that spot. You can certainly pick it out. What you're going to need is just a pin, and I'm using just a ball head pin. And you're going to need a pair of tweezers. I don't have the best tweezers with me right at the second, but these are a pair of tweezers just to grab hold of the threads. And you take your pin and you just along the very top of this fluff ball, you just kind of pick it. Now you want to be careful not to go down and pick out the main thread. You're just pulling on the little fluff that's at the top. It's good to use a magnifier or something when you're doing this. And I'm just going to keep like just gently pulling at it. And I am looking through my iPad camera, so it is a little more difficult for me to see. But as you can see right there. Look at it. See it all pulled up right now? I'm going to take my tweezers and I'm going to try to pull that out. Now I'm careful not to grab the threads from underneath. I'm only grabbing what's on top. You can see, look at all that fluff that just came out. Okay, I'm going to do it again. We're just going to grab and pull. There's more of it. And again, pull. There's some more. And it's just the fibers that got caught up in a little ball underneath there as they were weaving it. So if you keep working at it without pulling the main thread, be careful you don't dig down too far. You can see this is starting to look a lot better. And there you go. That looks a ton better. Now I could keep working at it a little more and see if I can get any more of it out. But I'm actually very happy with the way that looks compared to what it looked like before. And I'm going to smooth it over with my nail. Give it a little pull. Make sure my threads are all straight again. And there you go. It does have a little more fluff. Let me see if I can flip it so you can see. A little more fluff kind of sticking up there. And of course you could trim it with your scissors really close and trim off any fuzzies that's over the top of the linen. But that looks 100% better than it did when I started right there. So I hope that helps you. Don't be afraid to take them out. If you do have slubs in your linens, be sure to do that before you start stitching. Look over your linen, see what's slub, what's not a slub. And you can try to remove those before you stitch. It's going to make your stitching lay a lot flatter, and then they're not going to show as much. Just make sure that you're not taking your needle and going under the whole thread and picking at it. Just lightly with a sharp needle, pick at the very top where that slub was and give it a little pick up, and then take your tweezers and pull it out. And your fabric will lay much flatter and your stitching will lay right over that beautifully. I hope this helps. Okay, so let's talk about whips. So I've worked on 1, 2, 3 whips. I do have a new start. I'll show that afterwards. So the first thing that I have worked on is Lady of the Flag, and she is in my patriotic bag. There she is. All my bags are made by me. I have 1 or 2 that are not. If they're not made by me, I will mention that. But this one is made by me. It's a zipper front bag. And Lady of the Flag, let me get her picture out of here. I don't keep her chart in here because I keep her digitally on my iPad, but this is what Lady of the Flag looks like. You guys know what she looks like. She's absolutely gorgeous. She is the woman of our country, and she reminds me so much of the Statue of Liberty. And I have been working on this. I pulled it out again because one of my stitchy friends, which is... Hold on. While I'm talking, I'm going to try to pull a piece of thread to the back so you don't have to see that. Who's Susan. She's, I think it's Susie Q Stitches on Instagram. Said that if I continue to work on mine, she's going to pull hers out and work on hers. So I did. And I have been working. I got the blue and the flag all the way to the top. So there it is there. And that's what I've been working on, the blue and the flag. So I'm almost at the top. On here, there is a pole, you know, the pole is there and it has the post on the top there, but that's about as far as it's going. So I think my fabric's gonna lay really well on, I hope you can see that. I know it's got a little bit of wrinkle, I'm sorry. but it's going to be absolutely gorgeous on this We the People fabric from Fabric Flair. You can contact Cindy Sorley at Cross Stitch. It's X Stitch Express. She is on Facebook, and she can order. I got my needle minder on here. I was trying to cling to all my stuff. She can. She has this fabric for you, and make sure you tell her if you're doing it for Lady of the Flag. Tell her that's what you're stitching it on, because this piece of fabric is cut a little longer for Lady of the Flag, so you don't run out of fabric. So that's my first one. I'm going to tell Susan, if you're watching, I need to see pictures of yours. You were supposed to pull it out. So that's my first one. And of course, I'm using all the call for DMCs. And yeah, it's got some Krynex, it's got other things. So very happy to have that pulled out and just working a little bit at a time. If I can just do an hour or two, once or twice a week, I would be happy to keep doing that. The next one is a bag that I made that's a little larger, and it's got a bottom to it, and it's very sparkly. I don't know if you can see that. And this houses my husband's Christmas stocking. And I did get more done on this. This is my project for July. Cross-stitching Christmas in July. This is the pattern. Oops, let me get and I have, the glare is horrible. And I've got the cardinals in, and I got some more stitching done all through here to fill in. And sorry, I haven't ironed anything, but this is how it is. There's the two birds. I got the two cardinals in. I did a lot of filling in between the board slats this week, and I'm getting close. I think at this point that I may start doing the back stitching, starting from the very top up here and start working my way down for back stitching. I did back stitch the birds already, but I would like to start pushing down and trying to get some of the back stitching in, because there is a lot of branches and stuff that need to be done, and I want to get that done because I'm getting to the bottom now where this is all snow and stuff. So I may start trying to do that. We'll see. I say that, but I probably keep working on the snow, but we'll see. We'll see. Love this piece. I want it done this year. I'm determined to get it done this year. It will be done this year. The next one is another bag that I made in the envelope style that Vanna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher, she has this envelope style bag on her blog to show you how to do it. There's also a video, and it's Blackbird Designs fabric. So of course I have to keep a Blackbird Designs pattern in it. And this is Christmas Garden, and I'm thrilled to be as far as I am with Christmas Garden. And for me, it's in this Home for the Holidays book. Everybody knows what Christmas Garden looks like, but again, we're going to show it to make sure that everybody knows what I'm talking about. We're talking about this pattern right here. Now, I did post on my Instagram, which is Cross My Stitches. If I'm able to, I'll post it up here. Otherwise, I'll post it down below, my Instagram account name. It is cross_my_stitches. You can always follow me there and see all of my stitching updates. So I got everything done except for the wording. And I did post on my Instagram account requesting thoughts on what I should put instead of Christmas Garden. I was going to put Winter Garden, and then I started thinking, and I said, well, there must be other things that I could put there, and try to figure out what I could write in there or put an alphabet or do something. So lots of great suggestions. I haven't decided yet. I need to figure out a font if I can't follow the one that they've used, and then figure out what I'm going to put in there. But I got everything done except for the bottom. So there it is in all its glory. This is done on a 36 count doubloon. These are all my own color choices. The red and the green are a Victorian motto. Let me stand up here. Are a Victorian motto sampler thread that was a limited edition. The browns are Gentle Arts threads. If you're interested in knowing the exact colors, you can leave me a message below. I'll be glad to share that information with you. Some of them may be difficult to find, but not impossible. And everything matches up. The border, everything is just gorgeous. And I absolutely love this. Absolutely. I just don't want it to say Christmas garden because I want to leave it out all year. The carpet in my living room has those reds and greens in them. So I think this will be beautiful on that wall. So give me your thoughts. If you have a thought of what I could put down below in that space in the bottom here, besides Christmas garden, let me know what you think. So that is all my whips that I have worked on since my whip parade. Sorry, if I shook the camera, I'm sorry. I have wood floors, and you know how that is. If you have wood floors, then you understand completely. Everything shakes a little when you pounce down on your chair close to your camera that's sitting on a stand. Okay, so the next thing I have is my New Start whip, because you haven't seen this at all. And again, this is a bag that I have made. It's a new fall fabric from Hobby Lobby. I gave it a handle, which I absolutely love. I may give all my bags handles now. It's got a brown print on the bottom, which is box cornered. And then on the inside, it has just a wheat pattern. And you can see on the handle, it has my label across my stitches with my name. So all my bags come with my label now, and I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful bag, and lots of fun to make. I enjoyed making it. I'm going to make some more. Okay, so this is what I'm working on. This came from the September-October 08 of Just Cross Stitch magazine, and it is a Prairie Schooler. I love that owl. He is super cool. He's given that moon a look, and that moon is scared. So absolutely love him. I am doing this on Aida. I don't normally stitch on Aida, but it's something easy for me to stitch on when I am out and about and I want to take something to stitch. I was taking it to work, stitching it in the break room or in my car. This is as far as I've gotten with it. Let me fold it a little. I've gotten all the brown, which is the 3371. That's what I'm working on right now. And there it is. And this is just a piece of dyed linen that I dyed myself, this brown mottled color. It's a little darker than when it's showing there, but there it is. And I'm loving it. It's a nice little piece, a nice little stitch to take with me if I'm out and about or I have a doctor's appointment or something else and I'm stuck waiting somewhere. And it sits in this bag. And in this little bag I keep my magnifying glasses, that are stronger than my eyeglasses. I have a light that is to add light if I need it. I have a hoop in here if I need a hoop to stitch with. And I have a second Halloween pattern in there. So I keep 2 Halloween patterns in that bag. So that's all the stitching I've done in the last week since I completed that whip parade. Hold on, I have a needle floating around. I'm gonna stick it right there. I don't want it to get lost. So those are all the things that I've been working on. So let's talk about dimensions, because I said I was going to talk about dimensions, and we talked about my stocking. So my stocking, most of my stitching is done on my iPad. So I have a printer scanner. I scan everything into PDF, and then I can put it on my iPad, which I'm filming from, so I can't show you, but I have Goodreader app on the iPad. And it is an awesome program. I think it cost me $10 a year to have. And I can blow up the pattern. I can highlight the pattern. I really enjoy using it to keep track of all my patterns. So they're all saved in Goodreader. I scan most of my patterns into Goodreader and then do it that way because it makes it a lot easier for me. Dimensions kits are quite intense. So when it came to time that I want to start Moonlit Fox, I think that's what it's called, Sunlit Fox. This is a dimensions pattern that my husband purchased for me, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, and I really wanted to start it, but I don't want to start it until I finish that stocking. So I know I'd have to take this out, scan it all in, and so that I can stitch it and keep track of all the stitches, because there's a lot of color changes going on in here, and I'm sure there's a lot of back stitching and other things that I want to keep track of. So I don't remember where I found out about this information, but when I saw it, I immediately contacted Dimensions. Dimensions will send you a PDF version of your chart. I know, you're like, what? What? You're kidding. No, I'm not kidding. They will do this. I'm going to post a link below, which Dimensions is now owned by Simplicity. So I'm going to post that link below. If you reach out to them on their website under the Contact Me and let them know that you have a Dimensions chart, that you would like your pattern to be PDF version, they will ask you for proof of your chart. So you're going to have to send them pictures through email of the front of the pattern and the fabric and your floss. That's what they want to see. If you send that to them, they will send you the PDF version of your pattern so that you can put it on a device and blow it up, and so you can see the pattern to stitch it, which is just a game changer for me. I don't know about you, but that's a game changer to me. That everybody can do that now. Everybody can stitch on their patterns and blow them up and be able to see them and do all the stitching. I think it's going to make it a lot easier and make Dimensions patterns less intimidating for those that have to use the paper chart to do them. So again, down below you'll see it'll say, and I can't remember the exact website, but it's simplicity.com. You're going to go on that page, you're going to hit the Contact Me button, and you're going to send them a message telling them which pattern you have that you would like a PDF version of, and with your email address, they will email you and ask you for pictures of your pattern as proof, and then they will send you the PDF versions of the patterns. So I hope that helps a lot of people that do the Dimensions kits, and I know I have several kits right now, and I need to send them back and see if I can get the PDF versions of those as well. I am ecstatic over that information. So that's the Dimensions news. I have a new hoop. I'm going to get up for a second because I want to share with you. And sorry if the camera's shaking again. Wood floors. I purchased a new hoop because I'm a hoop stitcher. I'm not a Q-snap stitcher because I just find I can use a Q-snap just fine, but after a while they get a little heavy in my hands. So I saw these on Amazon and I decided I would try it because I wanted something square. Most hoops are round. You have to move them around quite a bit. This is a Nurge hoop. So it's got a screw on the top and you unscrew it. And then it's got an interior, just like a regular, it is plastic, but these have a little groove right here. So it's got a little groove there and then a notch that goes into it. So when you put your fabric in there, it really presses the fabric into that groove to hold it taut. And that's one of the things that I think a lot of people don't like about hoops and stuff, that it doesn't hold the fabric tight enough. It doesn't, you know, your fabric becomes loose after a while. I really like these. It held my fabric taut the whole time that I had it in there. I'm using it for my son's stocking. And I really want to get some more sizes because it is quite light. The heaviest part is, of course, is this right here because it has the screw mechanism in it that is brass. And so that's a little heavy. And you can always put that to the bottom if you want so it's not weighing anywhere that bothers you. But this is a square one. I really liked it. They are on Amazon. I will send a link below. I'm not affiliated with Amazon whatsoever, but I will put the link below so that you can check them out. Really like it. This one I think was like $12. I have Amazon Prime, so I didn't pay for shipping or anything, but really enjoyed using it. So just wanted to pass that information along if you hadn't seen these types of hoops before, that they are available. And let's see, is that it? That's it. We're going to go into my collection, what I've amassed in my collection. And I also want to share some project bags with you. So I'm going to pause for just a second, pull that stuff out, and I will be right back. Okay, so before I go into my collection, what I've amassed in my little collection in the last few months, I wanted to talk about project bags. As many of you know, if you've been watching me for a little while now, you know that I have been going through some medical challenges. And although I don't have the answers that I need right now, I have amassed quite a bit of medical bills that I'm trying to pay off. So I have made a bunch of project bags, and I'm going to continue making project bags that I'm going to list on my Instagram account. Again, I'll list that down below. And I would love it if you guys are interested in project bags, if you'll give mine a look over on Instagram. And if you want to purchase 1, 2, or 20, I greatly would appreciate it. It will help pay off some of my medical bills that have gotten a little out of hand at this point. So I greatly appreciate it. If not, it's okay. No pressure whatsoever. I love making the bags anyway. And I did keep a few of the ones that I have made because, you know, who doesn't love project bags? Even me. So I'll show you a few of them that I have made so far, and they will be posted on my Instagram account. It's going to be first come, first serve. Whoever says me, please. Please be in the U.S. I cannot afford to ship things overseas or do anything like that. The price on the bags will be listed in my Instagram, plus shipping. And at this time, I'm just going to ship to the U.S. I don't want to ship out of the country right now with everything going on. It's just difficult to try to keep track of those kind of things when they go overseas. So I apologize to all of my overseas friends. Maybe I'll come up with a different way to try to make bags or do something else that would be great for overseas people. But this is what I have. And again, most of these are all the same size. A few of them are a little bit smaller. I will list those dimensions in the listings when I do them. So this is the first one. And I can see this is going to be fun. So I'm going to stand up so I can keep track of the things. So this one here is travel license plates. I love that. I have 2 of these. I kept one myself. That's the back fabric. And again, these are all vinyl front bags. This one is patriotic with the stripes on the back and the stars on the front. They all have the zippers and the vinyl front. My next one is, if you've seen this fabric before, you'll know it. This is last year when Kathy did her secret Christmas sale. And this was the fabric everyone was going nuts over. There it is there. And I have 2 of these available. Sorry again for the glare. They are zippered. This one has a red zipper. This one, same thing, has a white zipper. I made a couple of coffee ones. The fabric here, again, they're zippered vinyl. And the back looks almost like coffee beans, but they're leaves. It's just leaves, but it kind of looks like coffee beans to me. And so I have that one there. This one's in the opposite. It's got the coffee on the back and then the leaves on the front, and I have 2 of those. That's the first one. There's the second one. You'll notice with all my bags I do have my Cross My Stitches label on it. The next one is teacups, in case you're not a coffee drinker. Again, there's the label, and coffee cups with this beautiful teal print on the back. A second one, this one had, and this is the opposite. So this one's got the teacups on the back and the teal inside. This one has a pink zipper. And the last one was like the first one, has a white zipper. Same thing. And then I have Mickey Minnie Mouse. This is the first one, Mickey Minnie on the inside with the black zipper with the red with the black polka dots. And then reversed. Got the polka dots on the inside and Mickey Minnie on the outside. Who doesn't love those? That's one of those. There's the second one. This one has a thicker zipper. It has the more heavy-duty zipper. And then, like the other one, this is the same thing. So these are the bags that I've made. The pricing and the shipping will be listed on my Instagram account. I'm probably going to list them on Sunday. I don't have time to list them today, so it'll be on Sunday sometime in the afternoon. So keep an eye on it. If you have not followed me on Instagram, please do, so you get notified when I post them. So thank you so much for trying to help me out. I greatly appreciate it. So next thing is, what have I got? And most of the stuff is got before the bills hit. But I'm going to pull all this up, and then I'm going to show you something someone made me. So my friend Kim who is Kim T X Stitch Crazy, and I'll post her down below. She's on Instagram. She made this most adorable pillow, and it says, "You got a friend in me," and you being the sheep. And look how cute it is. So she gave that to me about a month or so ago, and I absolutely love it. It's the first pillow that anyone ever made for me, so I adore it. And it's just, she did a fabulous job. He is sitting in my dough bowl, my little bowl sitting out there in my living room, and I look at it each day as I go by. Appreciate you, Kim. It's just a thoughtful gift, so thank you so much. So I have that, and then I picked up a piece of 32 count Belfast linen at the Hobby Lobby because I like to dye my own fabric, so I figured, okay, I'll pick that up. I sure do. There goes my itchy nose. You know I have to get at least once during a floss tube, you have to get an itchy nose. So I can dye some fabric that I'll need. I did get other fabric. Not sure what that is. That's not other fabric. I got a piece of 40 count platinum linen. I think I got this from Lindsay at crossstitchingsupplies.com. So it's just a piece of platinum, beigey, just a real great neutral. So I have that. That's by Swaggart. And I got Bestitch Me's. This was Fabric of the Month. I don't know what month this is. And it's got the reds all over it. But it is a 32 count Lagana, and it's called Pink Chocolate. So this is what it looks like. Not sure what I'll do with it, but it is very nice, very modeled, pretty fabric. And I always love to look at both sides of fabric, because you'll look at one, it's one side, and if you flip it over, you get a totally different look. And that's what I love about hand-dyed fabrics, is that if you don't like one side, flip it to the other, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to love the modeling or the design on the other side more than one side more than the other. I am in the Erica, it's not Erica Michaels, it is, I think it's the Dying to Stitch Berry Club. So this is my second berry that I got. I'm sure other people have seen this. This is the Goldfinch from Erica Michaels, and it comes fully kitted. You can't see it because I got the invoice in there, but it has all the flosses, and it has a button, and it has the wool for the topper. So really nice. Love this. I guess they said this is going to be the last year that Erica Michaels does the Berry Club for a while. She's kind of burned out with it, and she's got to work on some other projects, so I guess we're just going to have to do without them for a little while. I got my, hold on. Hey, get out of here. Mia's in here looking to get into a box that I have open that's full of stitching stuff. I got my issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. Who doesn't love this magazine? It is absolutely my favorites as far as stitching stuff. It has a lot of beautiful things, including Barbara Anna. I know there's always something in here that I absolutely love, and there's a lot of punch in here, punch needle stuff that I really would like to do. But I'm trying to see what else it's got. Oh, I love this. You know me and the camping thing. Look at that. That's punch needle. Right? It's going. Not all who wander are lost. Love that. Want to get that done. There's, oh, this, the eagle. Golden Eagle. This is from Leslie Davis. Look at that. It's punch needle. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm trying to see out of the bottom of my glasses. I keep doing that. It's a bad habit. I'm trying to see without a, because if I look out of the top at this distance, it's a little blurry. I think that's, I'm trying to see. I thought there was something really cool in here. I'm trying to find it. Another eagle one. No, maybe not. Vanna Pfeiffer, she tells you how to make drums. This is it. This is Summer Bees, and this is by Twin Peaks Primitives. And if you love bees, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Yep, and I have a whole bee display, so I'm going to love doing that at some point. So anyway, that's Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher. That is the summer issue. I joined Color and Cotton's Floss Club because I need to be in some club. I had to leave the Fabric of the Month from Be Stitch Me, and then I felt like I wasn't getting anything, and I had to join something, so I joined Color and Cotton's Thread Club. And this is the June colors, which are very nice. And this is the last time it's going to look like this because, and they're really pretty colors. And they're beautiful. I don't know if you can see the, yeah, you can. See the modeling in that? Is really nice. She has some beautiful modeling in her threads. Because starting July, she started doing seasonals. So I got the July one already. You know what I love about her club? Is they ship as soon as you pay. So she's already got them packed up and ready to roll, and you're not waiting a month to get your stuff. So there is the July Club and all the pretties. So love that. It's more patriotic, so the red, white, and blues, the gold, and it's got a green in there. So those are nice clubs. I haven't had Color and Cotton fabric before, or not fabric, threads. So I thought that was cool, and I wanted to give them a try. I bought this magazine from, it might have been eBay or something, because I love hummingbirds. My hummingbirds are here all summer. They're making me very happy. There's two designs that have a hummingbird. The other one's similar to this, but is a dimensions kit that's like impossible to get unless you want to spend a couple $100. But in cross stitch, for the love of cross stitch, this is July 1999. It had a hummingbird pattern on the cover, so I ended up getting this. Maybe I'll be satisfied with that until I can get hold of that dimensions kit, which is way out of reach for me. And then I wanted to share this cool idea. This is from the Dollar Tree, and they sell these little metal stand, which are really cool, not because of what it is or how you can use it. Because it is metal, it'll take magnets. So you could actually make a flat fold item, magnet it to the stand. You can paint this any color. Mine will get painted at some point when I decide what to put on them. And put my design, it'll cover all of this, and it'll make it a standing design without making a standing flat fold. It'll be a standing flat fold without all that extra having to make it. So I picked up this one, and I also picked up the butterfly because I definitely want to stick a couple of things, and it's got plenty of room. If you look how it's cut, you could actually lay something on the front here without it hanging over. And I thought they were cool for $1.25. So I picked up two. I might go back and get more. I don't know how many I'll do or how many I'll want to do, but I thought that was pretty cool for $1.25 to be able to make something just as a flat fold, stick some magnets on it, stick it to this, and it'll be up and being displayed. So I thought that was kind of cool. I don't think there's anything else. I think that's it. I can't think of anything else. Let me see. Oh, I did mention on my channel when I did my whip parade about Felicia from Mouse Potato Designs. And I just want to mention her again. I'm still playing catch up on her videos, and she is just hilarious. She is so fun to watch. She has a lot of lovely stitching. You would never guess that this woman has only been stitching less than a year. Less than a year. She's got a lot of stitching going on. Her husband makes her own scroll rods. He made her a stand, and I am super jealous that she has a hand-built stand that is fabulous, and then all these scroll rods that he is making for her, scroll frames, and she has everything on scroll frames. So I think that is absolutely awesome. I want to figure out how to make scroll frames now. I'm going to start Googling that because I wouldn't mind having some smaller ones because I have a lap stand. I could hook them to her. I have my Lowry that I could hook them to. Not that I'm a big scroll frame kind of person, but I would love to learn how to two-hand stitch. And the other thing I love about Felicia is she's a French knot fanatic. Brand new stitcher, and she's got French knots on all her designs. If she's doing sheep, they're all French knots. If she's doing flowers, they're all French knots, and they're gorgeous. So if you don't do French knots or you're intimidated by French knots, you need to check out her work and how beautiful it is, and then go Google how to do a French knot or on YouTube and look it up and figure it out, because you know I'm going to be doing French knots a lot more, or colonial knots, or whatever knots you like to do for flowers and for sheep and for all those other things that Felicia's doing, because I want to do what Felicia's doing. So I think that's it for now. I can't think of anything else. My notes are all covered. Thank you so much for stopping by and visiting with me. I know this is a little choppy and a little off. It's going to take me some time to get back into the swing of things. It's not easy. If you've never shot a floss tube before, my glasses are crooked. If you've not shot a video before, it's not exactly easy to get all organized and get everything situated and showing it, and video doesn't look fabulous, or the volume isn't perfect. Well, that's because we're not videographers. We're not, you know, expert actors and, you know, show everything perfectly that a lot of people do, because they do it as a business. They shoot YouTube videos as a business. They have the lighting, they have the microphones, they have all that stuff. I would love to have all that stuff, but who can afford it? I just want to share my love of cross stitch with all of you. So this is what you get. If you want to hang with me, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to sound perfect. I may be out of focus. I may make some words that don't exist or say things that are not exactly right. But I do the best I can just to share my love of cross stitch with all of you. So thank you so much for stopping by and visiting with me. Please, if you haven't subscribed yet, just hit the subscribe button down below. You can hit the bell if you want to be notified when I upload again. I'm going to try my best to do this every other week, so every 2 weeks. It may go into every 3, depending on if I'm having a bad day on my day off and can't get a video done, but I'll do the best I can. I've really thought about starting doing a vlog style like Dina half stitch cross stitch does. Not sure how that would work out for me. It might be a little difficult because when I come home from work, if I'm stitching, by the time I'm done stitching, it's really dark and I don't have the lighting to do a night shoot, so to speak. So I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.